This is a Manta Sports Media presentation of 16th Region and 62nd District basketball action. We'd like to welcome you to Harold L. Holbrook Athletic Complex West and John Hop Brown Court on the campus of West Carter High School for this JV matchup this afternoon. Usually don't get too much of a chance to do some JV games, but figure that we get some of the younger players a little bit of a chance to get out there and be seen here this afternoon. Of course, last night we had a doozy of a ball game down in West Liberty as we had just a varsity-only contest. JV didn't play last night, but we had a varsity-only West Carter versus Morgan County game, and that was a game in which West Carter went. They done pretty much whatever they wanted to last night, and they had a fantastic evening. And they ended up defeating the Morgan County Cougars by a final score of 73-44. It was definitely a night of the big men down there as Trevor Callahan led all Comets in scoring with 22 points, and Gage Lettingham was second leading scorer with 18. They held several of they only allowed one player from Morgan County to get into double digits, and that was Connor Gillen, their point guard, who spent most of the night trying to get some penetration in down into the paint, but had some difficulty against a very tough Comet defense. So today, as we said, we are bringing you some JV action here today. Not as many stats and everything else readily available for this. Actually, still trying to find out the Morgan County roster, but we'll try to see if we can get that to you as time progresses through here this afternoon. Of course, these young Comets getting ready to start making their advancement up the rank. Of course, several of these players, we've seen a couple of them last night actually getting into the game because all but one West Carter Comet, well, two if you count Jackson Bond, who was out, got to play down in West Liberty. And so Coach Webb was clearing out the benches last night in that huge district win for them to start things out. So that put the varsity Comets 1-0 on the in the district play so far this year. So we'll see if this game is going to be a pace setter for us today or not, because sometimes you can read on what's going to be happening in the varsity match about what happens in the JV, because usually a lot of times coaches may try a few things out in JV, to test their players a little bit. Maybe not give them the exact full varsity playbook, but they get them, make them try out some new plays and everything, see how they work out at this level before taking it up a notch out to the varsity level. And so, like I said, we'll try to get some faces and names and numbers all throughout here as we go through today. So as both teams are getting warmed up, we'll go through who's on the West Carter roster to start things out with. Of course, we have just the players' names and numbers out there. Of course, Corey Hedge is wearing number 0. Number 12, Coy Maddox. Number 13, Jordan Fuston. We saw him last night get in a few minutes in on the varsity game. Number 15, Sam Boggs. Number 20, Nate Webb. Number 22, Eli Nolan. Number 23, Bryce Boggs. Number 24, Brett Daly. Number 34, Connor Green. Number 41, Caleb Rayburn. Number 42, Braden Dehart. And number 44, Landon Wagner. And that rounds out the West Carter JV roster. And as we said last night, several of these players did get some playing time. Caleb Rayburn, number 41, ended up, he went over 2 from the field. Did pick up a couple rebounds on the night, and he got about almost 5 minutes in the game last night. Connor Green, recent addition to the varsity lineup, ended up playing about 2 minutes there. He picked up a couple rebounds himself last night. And then Brett Daly, he had 3 points on the night within 2 minutes and 51 seconds. And then Jordan Houston, as we said, he picked himself up a couple of rebounds last night in his 2 minutes 51 seconds as well. And so that was the ones that got to play. Of course, Bryson Boggs as well. He had 11 minutes in on the game, went 0 for 2 during the varsity matchup last night. And so we'll see how these young Comets end up taking on this Morgan County team because, as we said last night, Morgan County had a difficult time trying to handle the West Carter Comets and their attack. They kept on trying to move the ball. Of course, one of the big names of the game last night was turnovers. Morgan County was a -10 on them last night. They had 22 turnovers to West Carter's 12. And so we'll see what adjustments they made here in the second night. Of course, this is also senior night for our seniors that we have today. Of course, we have Gage Lettingham, Hunter Sammons, Trevor Callahan, and Logan Berry, all going to be, and Tyson Webb as well. We're going to be honoring them. We're going to get the video of that during the first and second game, and then we'll have that ready to play hopefully at the beginning of the varsity game during the warm-ups out there so that y'all can enjoy seeing the senior night festivities that they have got planned for them here today at West Carter. So we're going to take a brief break as both teams are heading back into the locker room. So we'll be back momentarily here on Manta Sports Media. You're watching JV basketball here on John Hott Brown Court, live at West Carter and live on Facebook and YouTube. So we'll be back here momentarily after a word from our sponsors.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
And we're back here live at West Carter High School. We're about 5 minutes away from first pass in of the game here today. Good to see Tanya Rowe out there, one of our top fans. She has been a big supporter here of West Carter Sports, as well as Manta Sports Media. And also I'd like to thank Rita Bond for tuning in today. And make sure that you like and share our stream here today, especially for these young fellers and everything as they're getting ready to do battle here this afternoon. And, of course, we just got the lineups for Morgan County in. Of course, we'll give those number 1 out there today is going to be Justice. Then number 3, Ben Hampton. Number 4, C. Salyers, Connor Salyers. And then number 5 is O'Neill. 10 is Dagan. 12 is Wright. 20 is Trusty, and 22 is Coyle. So we'll take a look and think maybe we'll see. Hopefully it's the same ones as they have. Looks like the same ones that they have in on the varsity squad as well. But because I'm sure both of these teams, they got players that span both across the varsity and the JV squads. And so good to see Barb Jones out tonight cheering on the West Carter Comets, as well as Connie Hicks. Good to see you out there as well. So thank you all for tuning in here today on some Saturday evening basketball. I know University of Kentucky is playing today. Of course, when I left the house about an hour ago, they were on top by a few points. So if you got an update on that, just feed that on our way as well. And we'll get that out to everybody there. I know Kentucky has had a struggling season, but has been trying to turn things around here a little bit today. So it is, hopefully that University of Kentucky will be there. Of course, they're looking at probably a 6th or 7th seed in the SEC tournament, which is going to be one of their main hopes and everything to try to get into the NCAA tournament today. And so, of course, make sure that this afternoon stay with us after the varsity game, as we're going to have a post-game interview with Coach Webb and see how his thoughts is on the season so far here as well. Of course, as we said, definitely a good turnout last night, and do want to take some time for our star givers, and we'll repeat these out during the varsity match. Things were kind of rushed a little bit yesterday, trying to get back on the road and get home after the game. But I do want to thank Michael Lettingham out there for donating some stars to us, as well as Jessica Salyer Lettingham. They donated several stars to us, and we sure do appreciate that. That's going to come help pay for our broadcasting fees coming up here, because district tournament is not too far away. I believe March 15th is the deadline set for it, and we'll try to get more information, maybe see if we can get some information from Coach Webb on how that's going to be set up this year. Also, Sandy Duncan sending us some stars, as well as Melissa Minor Owens and Steve Rose. Definitely appreciate that. Those stars go to help provide funding to us. We want to make this, of course, one thing to keep in mind, Manta Sports Media is always going to be free. We want to make sure that that is a good service that we have out there as well. Of course, this is Senior Night here tonight. And we want to honor our seniors here in between games, but we will be showing the Senior Night festivities. And, of course, taking a look, Barb Jones, thanks for the update. It looks like Florida is up 57-55 at the moment, so hopefully the curse of the last 4 minutes doesn't plague the UK Cats too much. And, of course, update from Tanya Rowe out there stating that Dillon went 1-1 today, and this was West Carter's first home meet. So glad to see them out there. I believe that was at the middle school, if I'm not mistaken. And good to see wrestling coming back in here to Carter County. I know those players do an excellent job. Dedicate themselves, to their craft out there, and it is a big deal for those players to and a lot of those wrestling team members, also a good portion of the football squad as well. So gives them some opportunity to get some work in at the during the off season as well. But they've been doing a fantastic job this year. Okay, and so we're getting ready to start things out, and Morgan County gets the ball to roll here. Of course, 6 minutes in JV basketball compared to 8 on the varsity squad. So a little bit less time, but we will get that, and we will definitely be playing the senior night festivities. And looks like Wes Carter picks up their first foul, and that's going to be a 24, Brett Daly, and he picks up his first, team's first of the half, sending Morgan County to the line to shoot 2. And that one is up and no good. Of course, we'll get the records off there. I don't have the records for the teams just yet, but we'll update those for the varsity squad. Second one, no good for Morgan County. Wes Carter has the ball. Driving down the lane, takes a baseline, turns, pops it back out to Daly. Daly gets it back up top to Caleb Rayburn. Back over to Daly and then Rayburn, and we're going to get another foul here. And this foul is going to go against Justice. That's going to be his first, team's first of the half. Connor Green throwing the ball in, gets it to Bryson Boggs. And we're going to get another foul here. Shot does not count. This one was on the floor. And this foul is going to go against Salyer. That's going to be his first, team's second of the first half. Wes Carter getting the ball in. 3 ball on the way, no good. Rebounded Wes Carter. They get the offensive board. Puts this one up and in. So Caleb Rayburn scores first for Wes Carter and gets the 3-pointer to fall. So we are at 3-0 at the moment. Shot no good. And we're going to get a foul here against Wes Carter. And that foul is going to go against, I believe, number 13, Houston. That's going to be his first, team second of the half. Morgan County is going to be at the line, shooting 2. First one's up and in. So Morgan County gets on the board, second one up, and that one is in as well. So Wes Carter holding on to a 1-point lead now. Gets it down to the wing to Boggs. Boggs kicks it up to Houston. Houston trying to find somebody, gets it to Daly. Daly going to drive it down, give it to Rayburn. He's already got a 3 here on the evening. Gets it out to Houston again. Now he's going to drive down, try to get up the left-handed layup. That one is blocked by Wright. Shot up by Green, no good. That was by Boggs. No good. Rebound. Finally, Morgan County gets possession of the ball, and we're now rolling back again. Wide open look down on the corner, doesn't take it, but drives in the lane, puts it up, no good. Morgan County on the offensive board. Nice behind the back shot, but can't get it to fall. And that shot is up and in for Boggs, and so he picks up his first 2 here of the evening. And we're going to get another foul here. And this one's going to go against Caleb Rayburn, and that's going to be his first, team's first of the half. Team's third. Morgan County taking out the ball. Dribbles it down to the wing, gives it out to Wright. Wright's going to drive it down. That shot's blocked by Boggs. Goes out of bounds, and that will be Morgan County's ball. Dagan taking it out for Morgan County. Loses the handle on it, and Boggs tries to get it, ends up getting it to Rayburn. Rayburn drives it down, puts up the shot, and no good. Rebounded Dagan for Morgan County. Maybe carried that one, no call. Morgan County setting back up the offense, having a spread offense with one down in the post. Pass off of his feet and just about stolen there by Daly, and he tries to get it back out to his teammates. Bounces it off Justice, and Boggs ends up coming away with it. Daly calling the play. Gets it to Green. Green dribbles it down, gives it to Rayburn. Rayburn's going to pull it back up to the top, reset up the offense. Gets it to Green. Green gets it over to Boggs. Boggs gets it to Daly. He drives down the lane, and he's going to be fouled. And that foul is going to go against Dagan of Morgan County, and that's going to be his first, team's third. And then number 44, Landon Waggers, is going to be checking in for Wes Carter, but we got a 30-second timeout on the floor, so we'll be back here in 30 seconds here on Mantis Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
And we're back here at Wes Carter High School, where Wes Carter has a 3-point lead right now over top of the Cougars, 5-2 with 2 minutes and 24 seconds left to play in the first period. Rayburn gets it down to the side to Daly. Daly drives it in, hands it out to Rayburn. Gets it to Green. Green back out to Rayburn. Fakes the shot. It's going to pull it back up, reset the offense back up for the Comets. Cut down, good look there. Rayburn's going to put up a left-handed jumper, no good. Rebounded by Wright of Morgan County. Morgan County, seems like both these teams kind of having a similar offense. I've seen quite a bit of that so far this season of a high motion. And then there's a steal by Dagan of Morgan County. And he's going to drive the lane as Justice, and he's going to pick up 2 more points for Morgan County and cuts the Wes Carter lead to 1. Wes Carter having a little trouble getting the ball down, but finally captured there by Rayburn and trying to get the Comets settled back down. There's a 3-ball on the way by Green, no good. Rebounded by Hampton of Morgan County. He drives the lane, gets it out to Salyer. Salyer in and out, and that one's going to be last touch Green, and it'll be Morgan County ball underneath the goal. But as I said, most teams seems to be running that high motion offense, keeping their post player down in around the block and having them move around, come up for a pick every now and then. And we're going to get a 5-second call here against the Cougars. So that's going to be another turnover on them for tonight. And it'll be Wes Carter basketball with 1:03 left to play here in the first quarter. So under a minute left now. Wes Carter calling out the play. Drives the lane, gets it out to Green. Green gets it over to Daly. Daly gets it back down to Boggs, and he's going to get called for the offensive foul. He lowered that arm, pushed off, and he got busted with the offensive foul, so that's going to be his first and team's fourth. Sam Boggs checking in now for the Comets, as well as number 0, Corey Hedge, as they replace Green and Boggs. Drives the lane, puts up a shot, and no good. He hits the ground, no call. Wagner looking for somebody to get it to. Hedge comes down and helps him out. Daly's going to set up the offense, gets it to Hedge. Just about picked off there by Justice, but able to be held onto by Boggs, Sam Boggs, that is. And we're going to get another offensive foul or a blocking foul against the Comets, and that's one's going to go against Landon I was taking a look. I was going to say that he called it on white 44, Landon Wagner, and then the Comets were set up underneath the goal, but that is a turnover on the foul. So it'll be Morgan County ball. Gets the ball in. Wagner drives it around him, tries to get it out to Justice, and we're going to end up getting another foul here by the Comets. And that foul is going to go against Sam Boggs, number 15. That's going to be his first, team 6. So we are under 10 seconds here left to go. Looks like we got about 4 seconds left to play. Time for just one quick shot. Puts it up. That one's in and out. And he's not going to get that one off before the horn. And so at the end of one, it's West Carter 5, Morgan 4. We'll be back here in 60 seconds here on Mantis Sports Media.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
And we're getting ready for the second period here. West Carter will have the ball to start things out. Looks like on the floor we have Daly, Wagner, Sam Boggs, Corey Hedge, and Caleb Brabron. For the Cougars, we have Salyer, Hampton, Wright. Let's see who else we have down there. Dagan and Justice all in for the Morgan County Cougars. So another West Carter turnover as Morgan County has the ball to start their first possession here of the second period. Gets Justice down into the paint, but kicks it back out to Dagan. Dagan spinning, looking for somebody, gets it up to Salyer, and Salyer picks up his first points of the game and gives Morgan County their first lead. Hedge, that was good hands on his part to get it back in as they just about overthrew him, and Landon Wagner picks up his first points of the game and gives the Comets back their lead. 1 point lead here, 7-6. So Morgan County briefly had the lead there momentarily. Good cut there and almost got it to fall in, but looks like we're going to get a foul here on Brett Daly. That's going to be his second, team 7th, and so Morgan County's in the bonus now, but this was a shooting foul, so it will be 2 shots. First one's up, no good. Coy Maddox and Nate Webb checking in now for the Comets as they replace out Daly and Brabron. Second shot's up, and that one falls for Hampton. ties the ball game up at 7 apiece. Hedge gets it to Maddox. Maddox, 8th grader. We seen him just the other night on Manta Sports Media on 8th grade night. Plays for the high school team, as well as that young man there, Nate Webb, Coach Jeremy Webb's son. And he's going to try to drive the lane, but he took one too many steps. He was going to go for the layup, but changed his mind at the end and just took one too many steps and got called for the travel. So Maddox going to bring it down to the point guard position, tries to get it to Wagner, top of the key. 3 Cougars got around him and collapsed down on him. Kicks it out over to Webb on the side, back to Maddox up at the top, gets it to Wagner. Wagner turns, gets it to Hedge. Hedge gets it down to Boggs, and he gets it in for some points. So Sam Boggs picks up 2 for West Carter and gives them the 2-point lead at 9-7. About 4 minutes left to play here in the first half. Drives the lane, and they're going to say that was on the floor. And they're going to say that one was against Sam Boggs, and that's going to be his second, team's 8th. As Jordan Fuston checking back in for the Comets. And Braden Dehart also coming in for the Comets as well. He'll be replacing Sam Boggs, and Fuston's going to be replacing out Wagner. So 1 in the bonus. They said that foul was on the floor before the shooting. Justice. First one's up and in. Brings Morgan County within 1, 9-8. Second shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Dehart. He gets it to Maddox. Maddox has he saw him there. He saw Corey Hedge shooting down the lane, but couldn't get it to him. And so Dagan picks up his second foul of the evening, and that'll be Morgan County's 4th. Trusty getting ready to check in for the Cougars. Hedge gets it down into Webb. Webb spins, one hand's no good. Rebounded Morgan County, and they're on the fast break. They don't have the numbers, so they got to pull that one back out. And we're going to get another foul here, and this one's going to go against number 0, Corey Hedge, and he picks up his first, and I believe that's going to be the team's 9th. As Trusty comes in for Morgan County. Wright will be at the line shooting the bonus. And first shot is up, and he drains that one, ties the ball game back up at 9 apiece. Second shot is up and has that one in. And we're going to get a timeout here. Morgan County is going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll be back here in 30 seconds on Manta Sports Media live on Facebook and YouTube.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
And just coming out of the timeout, Morgan County is taking the lead 10-9 off of a couple shots, I believe, by Justice. So West Carter gets in. Morgan County putting on a little bit of pressure on the full court before dropping back into a man-to-man defense. And Maddox just about had it picked from him, but heads out of bounds. Last touch, Morgan County, so that'll be West Carter's ball. Webb's going to be taking it out. Tries to get it to Hedge, but Justice right on top of him. And so that's going to be his second foul, team's fifth. So Morgan County has 2 fouls to give before getting into the bonus. And we got an offensive foul against West Carter's number 42, Braden Dehart, away from the ball. That's his first, team's 10th, so Morgan County is in the double bonus at the moment. With 3 minutes left to play here in the first half. He's going to stop and pop the three as Justice and bounces around the rim and no good. And so that'll be Morgan County's ball as number 20, Trusty, is checking back in to the ball game now for Morgan County as he replaces out Dagan. And jump shot there, no good by Wright. Battle for the ball, and we're going to get a jump ball here underneath as Hedge and Wright both grabbed hold of it and hit the ground, but the possession arrow is going to be pointing toward Morgan County. So Caleb Rayburn and Connor Green checking back in for the Comets. They're going to be replacing Dehart and Hedge. And just about picked off there by Boggs, but they're going to say that was last touch by Justice. And so that'll be West Carter's ball. So good job by Boggs, Bryson Boggs, to get the hand off of the pass and to help cause the turnover. Green gets it over to Maddox. Rayburn, good back cut. Gets it to Webb. Webb puts it up right-handed, no good. And that one's going to be tipped out by Connor Green. And so it'll be Morgan County ball. Dagan's checking back in now for the Cougars. So he replaces out Salyer. So about 2.5 minutes left to play here at West Carter. In the first half, and we're going to get another foul. And this foul is going to go against Coy Maddox, and that's going to be his first. And, of course, Morgan County's already in the double bonus, so that's going to send them to the line. Looks like it's going to be Hampton going to be shooting 2. Of course, these players, younger players, they do have a time sometimes getting into a little bit of foul trouble. But that's all part of the learning process. Of course, most of these players are freshmen, sophomores, and middle schoolers. And that second one falls in, giving Morgan County a 2-point lead. And West Carter's going to take their first timeout. And it looks like that's going to be a 30 seconds. So we'll be back here in 30 seconds here on Mantis Sports Media.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And back here at West Carter, and thanks, Barb, for the update. Unfortunately, the Wildcats dropped another one by 4 points. Florida ended up winning 71-67. So it's definitely not been Kentucky's year this year for them. So we can hope that maybe when tournament times comes in, they can run the board, but that will be a tall order for them. You know, unfortunately, it may look like a NIT here if they can get the invitation that way. Good pass in down to Bryson Boggs. but can't get it to convert, and that's going to be off of Wes Carter and out of bounds. So it'll be Morgan County ball as Salyer checks back in now for Morgan County. Wes Carter starting now to show a little bit of three-quarter court pressure. Morgan County breaks through it. It's going to pop a three and drains that is Salyer. And Morgan County starting to get a little bit more space between them at 5 points. Maddox tries to put that one up, no good. Rebounded by Morgan County. And we're going to get an offensive foul as Maddox was right on top of Wright. And Wright just extends out the arm and picks up his first foul. And Trusty's going to check in for him. Try to get him settled down. So Bryson Boggs hands it over to Nate Webb, gets it out to Caleb Rayburn. He's going to drive the lane, puts it up left-handed, and he's going to draw the foul. And that foul is going to be against Trusty, and that's going to be his first, team 7th. So Wes Carter is now in the bonus as we have about a minute and a half left to play here in the first half. First shot is up and in for Rayburn. 14-10, Morgan County still on top. Still plenty of ball game left to go. Second shot is up and gets that one to fall, so he cuts the Morgan County lead down to 3. As Wright checks back into the ball game now for Trusty. Wes Carter in a 1-2-2 three-quarter pressure press. And that one just about stolen there by Bryson Boggs, but he tips it out of bounds, and so that'll be Morgan County's ball. Hampton's going to be taking it out for the Cougars. Gets it out to Dagan. Gets it down the middle to Wright. Wright kicks it out on the wing. Long shot there for Salyer, no good. He had a three just a little bit earlier as he gets it to Wright. Kicks it out to Justice for the three. And we're going to get a foul away from the ball. And they're going to call Salyer with the offensive foul, so he's going to pick up his second. And they're going to have him shoot the bonus. I guess they didn't call it an offensive foul, but just away from the ball. On the push-off. So right now, Justice, Salyer, and O'Neill all have 2 fouls apiece. And Green gets that first one to fall for him, and he gets the Wes Carter Comets within 2. Second shot's up. No good, and we're going to get a foul here on the rebound. And that foul is going to go against number 23, Bryson Boggs, and that's his second. Both Sam and Bryson both have 2 fouls as Jordan Houston's checking in now for Bryson Boggs. So both Boggses have 2 fouls, and Daly has 2 fouls as Wright is going to be at the line shooting the double bonus. First shot is up and in, extends the lead back out to 3 for the Cougars. Second shot is up. Gets the shooter's roll on that, and so he gets the Cougar lead back out to 16. Under a minute left to play here in the half. Wes Carter's got to get a few things started on here if they want to try to go into the lead or try to get a lead before heading into the locker room. That shot by Houston, no good. Rebounded Morgan County. Morgan County spreading the court. Justin's going to drive the lane. That one's in and out. Green and Wright fight for the ball, and had a disagreement between the officials on which ball it is, but they finally discuss it, and it's Wes Carter's ball. Cole checks in, number 22. First time he's checked in to the ball game for the Cougars. So under 30 seconds left to play here in the first half. Wes Carter needs a score here to get this between a one possession game before halftime. Maddox trying to get some space between them, trying to penetrate around, gets the pick by Houston. Webb takes it, puts it up, and nice shot there by Nate Webb. Gets the Comets within two, and doesn't look like they're going to say it would have counted, but we are now at halftime as that three-point shot no good by the Cougars. And so they're going to go into the locker room ahead by two. Morgan County 16, West Carter 14. So it's been a pretty eventful first half as we've had some back and forth battles between the two teams, and we'll see what kind of adjustments they make for this second half coming out. So we'll be back here momentarily as we hear a word from our sponsors, and don't forget, if you'd like to advertise with us, we still have plenty of spots available. You can feel free to contact us at mantisportsmedia@gmail.com. Let's see if we can get that on there. There we go. mantisportsmedia@gmail.com, or call or text us at 606-207-3315, or shoot us a message here on Facebook, and be love to hear from you out there as well. So as we said, we'll take a brief break, and we'll be back here momentarily where Morgan County has got the lead into the halftime, 16-14. So we'll be back momentarily here on Mantis Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692, or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
The next time you are in Mount Sterling, take the short drive out to Cecilia's Country Market at 4100 Maysville Road for some good home cooking, one of the area's best breakfasts, and daily lunch specials, all at affordable prices. Competitive gas and diesel prices, with the little items we all need every day, all in one place. Open from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. That's Cecilia's Country Market, 4100 Maysville Road, Mount Sterling, Kentucky, right next to the world-famous Judy Drive-In.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We have this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet,
we discover
they're a little bit of a lot of things,
but they're all pure
love.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're back here at West Carter where Morgan County's varsity squad getting warmed up a little bit before the varsity matchup here. Of course, we do have festivities going on at in between the JV and varsity game. We'll get that recorded and bring it down to you. But we'll be having that. I think they say it's approximately 7 o'clock, but we'll get it and air that during the warm-ups of the varsity squad. So Morgan County still on top right now, 16-14, as they've taken the lead into at the half. So really taking a look at some of our comments and everything again. You're welcome, Jasmine Rayburn, for broadcasting the JV game here today. Usually we don't get too many JV matches in, but we try to occasionally give them a little bit of recognition out there because these are definitely going to be the players that we're going to be seeing here in the future on the varsity squad. And so we get to see them at a younger stage and everything because to the players, the JV and freshman levels are, excellent development time periods to be able to come out and do what they do best out there. And so that's one thing that we definitely want to take a look at and give them a shout out for that. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, Florida, thanks Barb Jones for the update, ended up defeating the UK Wildcats 71-67. That game playing at Rupp Arena, and I believe that was a senior day down at Rupp Arena for those players. Thank you to Roger Crisp, father-in-law, for tuning in down around Mount Sterling. He's been there with us since about the beginning and taking a look and been supporting us all. And, of course, this is a family event here for us at West Carter. Got my daughter Katie on the camera. Emily, or Emmy, as she likes to be called. She's on the scoreboard. She gives herself the self-title, the scoreboard muffin. And then we got Rachel as our supervisor. She keeps us all on track and everything, making sure that I get the audio on and have the scoreboard up and running to try to give the best broadcast that we can out there. And then, of course, Sarah, she's out there, and she'll do a little bit of running for us every now and then. And so we're glad to have them all helping us out here for this as a family event. Good to see Karen Denton out there as well. Thank you for tuning in. And Christy Wolf Burchett, thank you for staying here with us and tuning in as well. As we said, lots of, we have a lot of good fans out there, and glad to see everybody out there today. And don't forget to like our Facebook page and make sure that you follow us as well. That way, so you see every chance, every ball game that we can out there as well. And then, of course, in YouTube land, we got 5 viewers right now. Glad to see you all out there as well. Make sure you subscribe to our page and hit that little bell and make sure that you get the notifications every time we go live because, we try to bring you the best of 16th Region sports, especially West Carter sports here as well. Of course, as we mentioned, tournament time just right around the corner for these teams as of course, on the varsity squad, unfortunately, there's not a state tournament for JV. Sometimes they'll host their own individual tournaments, but usually once the varsity postseason kicks in, the JV teams turn into the prep squads for the varsity teams, and that way, so it helps them out to get ready for their postseason games. But as we said, the date that I've heard from the athletic director, Corey G. here at West Carter, said that they're looking at March 15th, I believe is the date that they're trying to shoot for to get the entire tournament played. Of course, there'll be 4 games that day. You'll have 2 boys games and 2 girls games. And they're going to be They said that they're going to be playing probably at all 4 locations. But we'll try to see if we can get some more details about that as we go along through here. So it looks like we're just about a minute away from the start of the second half. So we'll take a brief 1-minute break, and we'll be back here once again here live on Manta Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And we're back here getting ready for the third period to go. Good to see Gary and Christy Brown watching here as well. So we are underway here in the third period. Of course, once again, JV matchup going on right now, 6-minute quarters. Gets it to Houston at top of the key, kicks it out over to Brett Daly, and he puts it up. No good on the 3-ball. Rebounded Morgan County. Gets it out to Wright. Wright drives the lane, puts up the one-hander. That one rolls out of the rim. No good. Rebounded Morgan County. Puts up the shot, and then Wes Carter ends up picking back up the ball. Tries to get it down to Houston down in the post, but just right off the tips of his fingers and out of bounds. Wes Carter now starting to put on some full court pressure, just man-on-man full court pressure. Keeping in the half-court man-on-man defense. And Justice shuffles the feet just ever so slightly, catches the official's attention, and gets the turnover for Morgan County. Gets up to Boggs, top of the key, gets it out to Daly. Daly gets it down to Green, gets it to Houston, kicks it out to Rayburn. Rayburn's going to pop the 3, no good. Battle for the boards, and that's going to be off of Wright as looked like Bryson Boggs had it there for a moment, but got it knocked out of his hands. And that one straight to Dagan, and he's going to drive the lane. Gets the shot blocked there by Bryson Boggs. But they maintain possession. Wright's going to pop a 3. No good. And finally, they're going to come up. Boggs is going to come up with the board. And he's going to get fouled. And that one's going to go against Hampton and of Morgan County. And that's going to be his first, team's first here of the half. No change in score so far here in this third period. Still 16-14 where they went into halftime. Gets it down into the paint and no good. Rayburn ends up coming away with it. Pulls it back out. Swings it over to Daly. Back to Rayburn again. Gets it to Boggs on the wing. Gets it back to Daly in the post, and Houston fighting for the ball and loses the grip on it, and that one Hampton ends up coming up with it for Morgan County. No good on the shot by Justice, and as Green tries to get it, steps out of bounds while making contact with the ball, and so that will be a Morgan County ball underneath the goal. And Wright going to take it in, one-hander, and that is good. So he scores the first points of this second half 2 minutes into the second half, we finally get a score change, 18-14. So Morgan County extending out that lead to 4 points. Good shot there by Brett Daly as he brings the Comets back within 2 on the baseline jumper. Hands it off to Dagan. Dagan's going to drive the lane, kicks it out to Wright. Wright, clear lane down to the goal, gets the layup, and so he extends the Morgan County lead back out to 4. 20-16, Morgan County on top with about 3:14 left to play here in the third period. 3-ball on the way for West Carter. No good there. That was taken by Boggs. And we're going to get a jump ball. That possession is going to go toward Morgan County. So West Carter will have the possession arrow after this inbound. Wright gets it. West Carter still putting on the man-on-man full court press. Just about picked off there by Boggs. Shot by Morgan County, no good. Green ends up coming up with a good look down to Daly. Gets it to Rayburn, and Rayburn one-hands it and gets the layup. Good look there and good ball movement by the Comets, and they're now within. It's a one-possession game, 20-18. Double team lets Hampton drive the lane, doesn't get it, but he ends up coming away with the board. And good shot there by Justice as he extends the lead back out to 4. And Morgan County is going to take another timeout, and that'll be a full timeout. So we'll be back here in 60 seconds on Manta Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And back here at West Carter, where Morgan County still has a 4-point lead at 22-18, and we've got just a little bit over 2 minutes left to play here in the third quarter, and there's another turnover by the Comets. And good steal there. Bryson Boggs knew that he was probably going to try to take it down to the baseline, but can't grab the handle on it as he tries to get the fast break started up, and gets another Comet turnover. So that'll be Morgan County's ball on the sideline. Looks like Landon Wagner's checked back in for the Comets. Little trouble getting it in, but finally gets it into Hampton. Hampton drives the lane, and he's going to pick up the foul. And that one's going to go against Brett Daly, and that's going to be his third, team second of the half. As Nate Webb is going to be checking into the ball game now for the Comets, and he's going to replace out Daly. So just under 2 minutes left to play here in the third period. Still 4-point Morgan County lead. Drives the lane is Justice, no good. Rebounded Bryson Boggs. He's going to drive it up. He's looking down the court, tries to get it to Rayburn, but deflected by Morgan County. Rayburn fakes the three, pulls it back out to top to Bryson Boggs, and he's going to set up the offense. Looks like Morgan County switched into a 2-3 defense. So now in this zone, they're going to have to try to get some ball movement going on to get these players out of rhythm. Tries to get it down to Green. Manages to get it back out to Rayburn, over to Boggs once again. To Webb. Webb pops up a three and finds nothing but the bottom of the net. And we got an untied shoe there as Nate Webb brings Wes Carter within 1 point. And he drains his first three here of the night. As a former player, there is no stress like trying to get your shoe tied as quickly as possible while everybody watches you try to do that. May have to end up getting him a substitute as it looks like he's got a knot in it at the moment, trying to get that knot pulled out. Didn't think I'd ever be doing too much commentary on tying shoes and everything, but looks like he finally has got it. And the rabbit goes around the tree and finally gets it tied back in, and he gets a round of applause here by the Morgan County fans. As I heard one of the fans holler down asking him if he needed any help. But like I said, there's no pressure, like trying to get that done as quick as you can. And if it takes longer than a few seconds, you feel awkward. But let's see if he doesn't get the shot to fall for him, and he's probably going to end up picking up the foul. Yep. Yeah, so he said white 12, but it was actually blue 12. So I guess to add insult to injury on there, of course, no real injury, but to add insult to that, he picks up his second foul, and that's the team's second of the half. Wagner gets it Rayburn down and post to Green. Back out to Rayburn again, hits it up to Wagner. Good look down to Green, but gets the shot blocked there by Wright, and we're going to get a jump ball here. So that'll be Wes Carter's ball, and they'll have Morgan County will have the possession here. About 30 seconds left to play as Webb tries to drive it in, loses the grip, and Green tries to save the ball but dribbles it right on the line, and so that'll be another Wes Carter turnover. Of course, turnovers, as we seen last night, was kind of the downfall of the Cougars, but these JV Comets still hanging tough in there, only a 1 point game. As Rayburn tries to get it in, gets it stripped from him, and that's going to be off his leg and out of bounds. So Morgan County looks like they're going to be set up to take the last shot here of the third quarter. As Corey Hedge looks like he's setting up to come back in to the ball game probably here in the fourth quarter. Under 10 seconds now. Free ball on the way by Justice. No good as that bounces off the top of the backboard. And so our score at the end of three is Morgan County 22, Wes Carter 21. We'll be back here in 60 seconds here on Mantis Sports Media.
Since 1979, James Hardware has proudly served the community of Olive Hill to supply all of your home improvement needs. From paint to tools to hardware to lumber and plumbing supplies, James Hardware has you covered. Be sure to check out their wide selection of case knives, and they are also your authorized steel dealer. James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-2692 or online at james.doitbest.com.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And we're back here at John Hott Brown Court where Morgan County's got a 1 point lead here going into the final frame. Within regulation, of course, we had a barn burner of an overtime game this past week with Wes Carter and Robinson County. Of course, Wes Carter advanced to the second round of both teams, the girls and the boys, advanced to the second round of the All-A state tournament. Good to see Bob Bays out there watching in from the Florida Keys today. Thank you for tuning in, and Connie Hicks as well. Thanks for tuning in here for this JV matchup. So Morgan County has the ball to start things out here in the fourth quarter. And good follow-up there by Salyer. Gets first points here of the fourth quarter and gets Morgan County now on top by 3. Closely guarded. He's going to have to put the ball down to get that count switched over. And he's going to end up drawing the foul. And that foul is going to go against Hampton, and that's going to be his second, team's third. And if I don't get a whistle, he hit the ground. Wagner was trying to find somebody out there, but ends up hitting the ground. And Morgan gets another basket on there, and so that's going to extend out their lead out to 5. Hedge gets it all the way over to Webb, gets it up top of the key there to Bryson Boggs. No good on the 3 ball, and that goes out of bounds. Yep, and Wes Carter tried to get Sam Boggs in, but the ball had already been given out to the Morgan County player Hampton to put it in. Wes Carter still in the man-to-man defense here in the fourth quarter. Good tip there by Boggs, and he took a hard shot down on the floor there. Bryson Boggs trying to get the ball, but he's back up. He went after the ball. Good hustle on his part to try to get there, but they're going to say that was a last touch Morgan County, so Wes Carter has the ball. Drives down the lane, pops the shot, no good by Sam Boggs. Rebounded by Bryson, and they're going to give it to Daly, and he pops it up and in, and so he's going to cut the lead down to 3. It's back to a one-possession game again for Wes Carter. Drives the lane, and he's going to get fouled. And they're going to say that one is against Bryson Boggs, number 23, and that's going to be his third, team second of the half. They're going to send Justice to the line to shoot 2. First shot is up. That falls in. Caleb Braburn checking back into the ballgame for the Comets. Morgan County now with a 4-point lead. Second shot's up. No good. But he's going to pick up the foul, and looks like that one's going to go against Sam Boggs. And that's going to be his third of the night, team's third. Morgan County going to take the ball out to underneath the goal. Gets it out to Wright. Wright gives it to Dagan. Dagan's going to pop the 3. No good. And they're going to say that was off of Wright, and so that'll be Wes Carter's ball. Morgan County now starting to put on some full court pressure. As they back in, it looks like they're going back into a man-on-man defense. Sam Boggs, top of the key, gives it out to Webb. Webb gives it over to Daly. Gets it to Rayburn, just about stolen by Hampton. 3 ball on the way there by Daly, no good. Rebounded by Webb. Gets back out to Rayburn, top of the key. He's going to reset up the offense. Gets it over to Daly. Back up to Webb, top of the key. He's going to drive the lane, and he's going to draw the foul. And they're going to say that one was against Morgan County's right, number 12, and that's going to be his third foul, team's fourth. And that's going to send Nate Webb at the line, shooting 2. First shot is up, and that is good. So he cuts the lead down to 3. He can get it down to 2 here if he makes this shot. And, of course, still plenty of time in this game. We're just about midway through the fourth period. Second shot's up, and that is good. West Carter now starting to put on some full court man-to-man pressure again. Hands it off to Wright. Gets it back out to Dagan. Dagan's going to drive the lane, kicks it out, but Dagan's going to draw the foul. And that foul is going to be against number 41, Caleb Rayburn, and that's going to be his second, team's fourth of the half. Morgan County ball underneath the goal. Hits it right, and he puts up a shot, and he's going to draw the foul. And Caleb Rayburn picks up another foul, so that's going to be his third. This time he's going to be sending Wright to the line, shooting 2, West Carter's fifth. First shot is up, and that is good. Gets back out to a 3-point lead, and checking in now is Coy Maddox and Bryson Boggs as he replaces out Hedge and Sam Boggs. Second shot is up. Off the back of the rim, rebounded by Morgan County. West Carter's going to need to get a stop here and gets the steal. Good tap ball there with Rayburn picking it up, puts up the layup left-handed, and that is good. And so he's going to cut the lead down to 1. So good defensive stop there by West Carter to get some points on the turnover. Two minutes, 30 seconds left to play here in regulation. Just about stolen again there by Boggs, but Morgan County holds on to it. Pulls it out, calls up the offense. Good cut down by Justice, and he's going to pick up the offensive foul. And that's going to be his third foul, team's fifth. As West Carter did have a good position there on the down in the post, waiting on Justice to drive it in. So West Carter could take the lead here. Maddox gets it over to Webb. Daly driving down the lane, puts up the shot, no good, but he's going to pick up the foul. And that foul is going to go against Wright, and that is his fourth foul, so they're going to have to watch him. There's still 2 minutes left to play here in this regulation. And him with his fourth foul, he's going to have to watch himself from here on out. First shot is up and no good by Daly, but he can tie up the ball game with this free throw. Second shot's up, gets it in, and has tied up the ball game here at 28 apiece. Driving down the lane. They're going to have to pull it back out to get the offense set up. Of course, at this point in time, you may want to kill a little bit of clock if you're either team and try to get that last second shot. Justice puts up the shot. That one rims in and out. rebounded by Maddox of West Carter, and they're going to say that was last touch by Morgan County as he was driving down the sideline, and it went off the defense. So as we said, maybe one of those things you want to kill just a little bit of clock. Try not to give too much time to get a major run. West Carter drives down the lane, and good spin move there by Brett Daly. Drives the lane, and Daly just about causes the turnover, and we're going to get a jump ball as people is going head over heels. So possession is going to go to the Comets. So good hustle by both teams to get to go for the ball, but and it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. West Carter, this will be a 30-second timeout, so we'll be back here in 30 seconds here live on Facebook and YouTube. You're watching Mantis Sports Media.
The Criswell Law Office is located at 142 East Main Street in Grayson, Kentucky for all of your personal injury, family law, real estate transaction, bankruptcy, and estate management legal needs. Justin Criswell is ready to work for you. The Criswell Law Office is now accepting new clients for automobile accidents. Contact the Criswell Law Office at 606-474-0029 or online at www.criswell.attorney.
And back here just getting ready to come out of the timeout. West Carter with a 2-point lead, 30-28 with 61 seconds left to play here within regulation. Like I said, you want to kill just a little bit of clock and look for a good high percentage shot if you're West Carter at the moment to try to get this to be out to a two-possession game. Definitely do not want to turn over the ball at this time period because where they can, of course, the possession arrow is going toward Morgan County. You want to try to eat up time, but also try to get that two-possession game because if there's a turnover, Morgan could win it on a three ball. Pulls it back out, gets it to Rayburn. Rayburn now drives it in. That's a good shot by him and gets the lead out to 4. So Morgan County now is going to have to try to get things and ends up turning over the ball and gets it to Webb, and they quickly foul him. And that foul is going to go against Salyer, and that's going to be his third. As both teams start getting a little bit more physical here down the line, knowing that they're going to have to hold on to the ball, but each side's wanting fouls nonstop there. So we're about 14 seconds left in regulation. This could just about ice the game. Webb can't make the shot but gets his own rebound. And they quickly go out and foul Daly. And so that foul is going to go against Morgan County. Puts Daly at the line shooting 2, and that is Morgan County's 8th. Drains the first one, so gets it out to a 5-point lead. This is kind of the position that you want to be in right now if you are West Carter. Second shot's up. Rims out, rebounded Morgan County. They got to quickly get down and try to get a shot off and then call a timeout. Puts up a 3-ball, no good. Sails out of bounds, and so we are, this one's going to be just about wrapped up. 1.3 seconds left to play here. And looks like West Carter has tied this one up, and they get the ball in, and they're going to just go ahead and let the clock run on out. So West Carter picks up the victory, 33-28 here in the JV matchup. And so we will go off the air here, and we'll come back up momentarily, and we will be bringing you the varsity matchup here shortly. So you have been watching West Carter and Morgan County JV 62nd District Basketball live here on Facebook. And so we'll be back, we'll go off the air here, and we'll be back here momentarily with the varsity matchup. So this is Jeff the Mantis Irwin. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time and here in just a little bit on Mantis Sports Media.